Hello, hope you guys are doing well today. Wanted to take some time to talk about a blog that we recently released about a pretty high profile financial lawsuit that was in the news recently. It involved professional race car driver Kyle Busch and his family. According to the complaint, they paid over $10.4 million in premiums on an indexed universal life insurance policy and allegedly ended up with out of pocket losses of about $8.5 million. This is an extreme scale, but similar products like this are being sold to regular investors and individuals all the time. So I wanted to take an opportunity to talk about some tips to avoid this situation and make sure that you are protecting yourself when it comes to your investments. So the first thing that we want to do is just understand exactly what you're investing in. Don't ever take things at just straight face value. Make sure you're asking informed questions, and especially when it comes to life insurance products, when they mention things like retirement income in association with a life insurance product, it's good to ask what assumptions they're using for their growth rates in the life insurance product, as well as what the life insurance aspect of the policy is as well. In rare cases, insurance that is also an investment can be used if it fits your plan. But usually, if you're thinking about retirement and you're thinking about insurance, it's a best practice to kind of keep those things separated. Insurance has its purpose and its place, but typically, when you combine the two, you're not necessarily getting the best of both worlds. More often than not, you may be getting kind of the worst of both worlds with expensive insurance costs and less than par investment products. So typically, we recommend life insurance to be used to protect your income and then a separate account to strictly invest the money and use that for future goals. Make sure that you are understanding what the illustrations are saying. Please ask for realistic illustrations when you are talking with these salesmen. Make sure you understand what the growth rate is. If it's anything, above 8 or 10% growth, that can be very, very optimistic. It's a good opportunity to ask for lower assumptions and run the illustrations out based on, poor market scenarios, maybe 4 to 6% returns over the long term as well. Also important to ask what the fees and costs are of this policy and how they will increase over time or what they have increased like in the past. How much you're paying really matters when it comes to investment products. As well as indexed universal life insurance, especially because some of those fees, some of those costs can be kind of hidden from you and not very transparent. The last and final thing I'll say is with any investment decision, the most important thing is that it aligns to your overall financial plans and your overall goals. So that should be driving your investment decisions. That should be driving where you put your money, what type of accounts you use to invest in, and what type of accounts you use to save your money. It should all be encompassed within your personalized and your specific financial plan. It's also good to potentially get some second opinions, consult with someone who is a qualified fiduciary advisor, someone who has that fiduciary title, someone who is a certified financial planner or has a team with certified financial planners on them, just because they are quite required to act in your best interest and keep your best interest top of mind. The last thing I'll leave you with is, just because the plan looked good at purchase doesn't mean it will stay on that course if circumstances change. So if you do find yourself purchasing insurance policies, be sure to review those policies at least once a year just to make sure that that policy is performing like you thought it would. So just some good tips to make sure that you don't fall into the trap of investing in something that doesn't turn out the way you thought it would, and then you're kind of left on the hook with some losses. So always a good opportunity to take the time to make sure that your investments are aligned with your financial plan and that you are purchasing policies that are good for your financial plan overall. Thank you for your time. And if you have any questions on this, feel free to let us know, and we'd be happy to discuss. If you have one of these policies currently and want to get a second opinion on it, please let us know, and we'd be happy to look it over for you.